Take a look. Thank you. That's just the start. We've got a lot of great stuff to show you today. I want to first take a minute, though, and talk about Game Boy. Now, as we showed you, Game Boy Advance SP has made Game Boy more popular than ever. More than 13 million Game Boy Advances have been sold since we launched in 2001. But not surprisingly, once again, rivals have designs on our market, and who can blame them? But our strategy remains unchanged, a devotion to innovation, high quality, and a wide game selection, and of course, value. Now this year we intend to capitalize on Game Boy in another way to help boost our GameCube business. This year we'll be showing more than 20 games on the show floor that contain connectivity with the Nintendo GameCube. It's a very exciting way for gamers to enhance their gameplay by sharing data. Now, another thing that will be shown on the show floor this year is Game Boy Player. We'll launch it in the NOA territories and in Europe during the month of June. It's already launched and a great success in Japan. We think that this is a great way for consumers to play their Game Boy games on their TV, and of course there are more than 1,000 Game Boy games already released. The e-reader, which we launched last fall, is also another great aspect of our connectivity story. This accessory for Game Boy Advance allows consumers to use data from special trading cards to load their games onto their GameCube or onto their Game Boy Advance. When they load the games onto the Game Boy Advance, they can go ahead and exchange data then with the GameCube and extend their gameplay. Go to the next slide. So, if we get through the e-reader, the overall story for Nintendo about the connectivity is a very powerful one. Losing a few of our words and slides here. But the most important story, of course, of connectivity this year is the connection we're making with our partners, the third-party developers. And one man is leading the drive to improve our relationship with our developers and improve the number of games that we can bring to our systems. And that's our president, Mr. Satoru Iwata.
Thank you, George, and welcome. Next week, it will be 1 year since I became president of Nintendo. And in that time, a lot of people have given me their opinions on how Nintendo should change or not change. I believe we remain the company that best understands the video game industry, but also understand that in any business, new circumstances require new answers. And at the start of this year, Nintendo did face some challenges. The most obvious concern, Nintendo GameCube. It had not sold through the way we planned, and its reputation among some players was unfavorable. Next was the primary software that supports GameCube. In the first half of last year, we didn't release enough exclusive titles. Then, in the second half, high-quality games like Mario Sunshine and Metroid Prime did not fully meet our expectations. Third, we had not yet demonstrated why connectivity between GameCube and Game Boy Advance was an important reason to buy. Fourth, we began to see worry about GameCube from some retailers and licensees. And finally, as always, there was yet another new competitor to our powerful Game Boy franchise. Beyond Nintendo, the market itself faces important issues. For many years, it was easy to interest players with better graphics, more complex challenges, and more mature content. Each of these was an open door to higher sales. But each of those openings is now starting to narrow. In this generation, we already have graphics so realistic that you might think you are watching television. So tomorrow's systems do not have much room to improve. Most core gamers, like you, like me, love challenges that are more difficult, more time-consuming, and more complex. But how does these sub-busy people who spend most of their day working or going to school? Finally, as we witness the success of Vice City, our industry has to ask itself how much further we are willing to go. TV and movies found their limits. So will we. These challenges to both my company and our industry are considerable. But I stand before you today with a clear message. Of course, I want you to know that we understand the challenges. But this is not a matter of understanding. This is a matter of action. My real message today is at Nintendo, we are not waiting to act. We are already acting. The size of our existing creative teams in Kyoto has already increased. And we are also opening a new development office in Tokyo, our first outside of Kyoto. We also have needs for other kinds of games, one that appeal to every kind of gamer and every kind of taste. For these, we are turning aggressively to our great third-party partners. We are active here on many fronts. We are about to see the first product of our Triforce partnership with Namco and Sega. This F-Zero game will play both inside and outside of your home. In the arcades, you can download options to take with you to build a custom racer like no other. Then, bring that model back to the arcades to race against opponents. The talented designers at LucasArts have given us a beautiful exclusive, Rebel Strike. I will let the picture tell the story.
What is thy bidding, my master?
Son of Skywalker must not become a Jedi.
Do or do not. There is no try.
And the same talented people at Factor 5 who designed this game are also at work on another exclusive for GameCube. You will be hearing more about this soon. In the fighting category, few names compared to Namco's Soul Calibur. There have been many great versions, but you will see in a minute there is an exclusive one on its way to GameCube with a familiar new hero, Link. Capcom is giving us several exclusive titles, none more important than Resident Evil franchise. A new version is coming, an important step to expand our appeal.
Resident Evil 4.
Hi, I'm Shinji Mikami. Recent rumors would suggest I have been fired, but I assure you, I am still happily working at Capcom. Most unfortunately, I am unable to attend E3 this year because I am so busy working hard on Resident Evil 4. Development of Resident Evil 4 exclusively for GameCube is proceeding very smoothly, so you should all be looking forward to it.
Beautiful Joe and Killer 7 are coming along smoothly. They are so original, they will blow your mind. And one more thing, Resident Evil 4 will be scary than ever before. Don't pee your pants.